everybody. So today is Tuesday, August 25th. Today we have covered levels of organization. You should have filled out this graphic organizer while using the reading, which looks like this, that's on Canvas, and using the video that's also posted on Canvas to fill out your graphic organizer notes on levels of organization. So now I'm just going to go back through and let's check our notes to see if we've written the correct information today. So with levels of organization, things that are non-living also do make up parts of the levels of organization. So we start with atoms, which are the smallest particles. Anything living, non-living are made of atoms. Then those atoms make up molecules. So molecules are made up of two or more atoms that are bonded together. And both of these are non-living. So then these molecules then create cells. Cells is the first level in which we are now living. So in our graphic organizer, we have the cell box. You should have written that cells are the basic unit of life in living things. With a cell. So cells can be plant cells, they can be animal cells, which we're going to go over the differences later this week between the two. So they could be cells from our body, specific cells like your blood cells. So I'm going to list a few examples, like blood cell, skin cells, a plant cell, they could also be a single-celled organism like an amoeba or a paramecium, which you should have learned in 6th grade. Well, cells then build to create tissue. Tissue, so if we look at these pictures, which were in the reading, are made of cells. So they are made up of similar cells that work together. So a tissue could be, an example of tissue could be blood. Even though it doesn't look like it's not a solid structure, it is made up of blood cells. It has to be made of similar cells. So you can't have blood cells and skin cells combined together to make blood. That's not a tissue. It has to be made up of similar cells. So blood is a tissue that is made up of blood cells. Just like your skin is a tissue that is made of skin cells. Your bones are made of tissue. Which are made of bone cells. Okay, so cells are the basic unit of life. Anything that's living is made of cells. Tissues are made of similar cells. Remember, it cannot be things that are different to make up a tissue. They have to be similar. Well, that leads us to an organ. An organ, a common organ that we may think of is our heart as an organ. Okay, roots and leaves are also organs of a plant. So an organ is made up of tissues of similar tissue. That work together. So organs could include the heart, the brain, your skin, which is the largest organ in your body. Organs then lead us to our next level of organization, which is the organ system. Organ systems are groups of 2 or more organs that work together. To perform a function. So let's use our digestive system. This body system that requires us to digest our food. The digestive system has many organs that work together to allow us to digest our food, like the stomach, your large intestine, your small intestine. Those are groups of 2 or more organs that work together for a specific function. Just like your heart, the circulatory system. Your heart is an organ. Your blood is considered part of that, so it's part of the circulatory system. We could say the skeletal system, all those bones that work together. Well, after we have a bunch of organ systems, now we move into organism. So an organism is entire living things that can carry out all basic life processes. So it could be a human. It could be a tree. It could be even single-celled organisms, like a paramecium. That is considered an organism. Even though it's made of one cell, it still carries out all basic life processes. That allows us to complete our entire notes.